All right, so great question from one of my patients. Actually, it wasn't a patient, it was a person who was talking to me and asked me, do you do the same thing every time you see somebody? As if, like, yeah, I'm going to just line you up just with reckless abandon, completely just press on the same thing every single time. The answer, of course, is no, not at all. In fact, even if I take the same person, I'm just going to take the same individual, one person who I evaluated the first time they came in. I have all of their diagnoses. I know everything that's wrong. When they come in, we have a saying in chiropractic that the patient in front of you is gospel. So even if I've examined you before, if I find something new, I've found something new. I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to examine it again if I need to. So even if it's the same person, I'm going to be modifying that treatment, that adjustment, based on what I find that day. And there's a difference between a treatment and an adjustment, because sometimes an adjustment is a treatment for the subluxation, but that's it. Really, an adjustment is really just correcting the function of the spine. So the adjustment isn't the treatment for the headache or the pain. You can do a treatment for the pain, but that would be just decreasing the pain, wouldn't it? It wouldn't actually be, if you take a painkiller, that's treating the pain, but it's not actually fixing the problem, isn't it? Is it? So the adjustment is really just a treatment for the subluxation. So what am I checking for? Each time you come in, I'm going to check the alignment of the pelvis and each and every vertebra of your spine. I'm going to check the muscles, and I'm going to look for patterns of tension and behavior in the body that I can address with the adjustment, but that's going to change every single time. And even more so, you think about between one patient and another, there are going to be some people who don't want anything to make a cracking noise at all when I work on them. And that's fine. There's lots I can do. So I'm going to tailor each visit for each person. I had one patient who I couldn't play Christmas music. So we never played Christmas music when she was in the office. So we're going to tailor that too. But really, I guess that's not, in her case, it was very important. But for the most part, the adjustment and the actual visit, what I'm going to perform during the visit on your body is more important. And you can imagine, for example, a baby. If you have a baby coming in, what I do with a baby is going to be drastically different from what even I'm going to do with a 5-year-old patient or with an adult patient. You can imagine if you're an NFL linebacker, you weigh 380 pounds. It's going to be different than if you're, my mom, 90-year-old lady. So, no, don't do the same thing with every patient. In a way, some things are the same. I'm going to pay very careful attention. I'm going to always be listening, always be present in that moment to make sure that I'm doing everything possible that I can for the short time that I have in the room with you. But no, it'll be different every single time. And one of the things that I try to do is to make as much possible, as much as I can, make it the same. So, I do want some form of, I guess, consistency. I want it to be about the same length. I don't want it to be like you come today and it's 40 minutes when you're expecting it to be 5. I don't want that. It should always be around the same length of time, around the same temperature. I have certain expectations, and we want, some patients expect the same thing each time. And even, believe it or not, even if you feel like you're getting the same adjustment, most of the time it's not. You know, it's like, well, he cracked my upper back. He always cracks my neck, cracks my upper back. I'm just saying. Or he's just resting his fingers on my lower back and tailbone and then my neck, and he holds my head for a while. But it's always going to be different. It's always going to be completely based on what I'm finding right in that moment. I'm going to know what I did last time and know what my goal is with you. But it's going to be different every time. It's going to be unique every time. And maybe more so than being different, it's going to be appropriate and the right thing to do every single time. As a matter of fact, I had, the college comes around and reviews your records. And the one that I gave them, I'd had several visits where it was the same thing, almost identical each and every time. And I was like, I did the same thing, because that was what they needed. If you have a segmented C5 that doesn't turn to the left and I adjust it once and it tightens up again, I need to adjust it again. And then you come back a week later and it tightens up again and then I adjust it again. Over time, the cumulative effect is that's going to get better. It's going to improve and become more mobile. But if it was tight again, then that's the way it is. So it really just depends what you need. All right? Good question. Bye.